everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Browns going up against the Falcons.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. Room here to run. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big gain there on the first play of the game. 53 yards. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go!
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Let's go! Let's round! Here we go!
On play action, Kaiser. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So they come into enemy territory. Nice drive to start the game, but they probably wanted 6. They only got 3.
I agree with you totally. That's the expectation. When you get the ball and you start moving it and you're rolling, you think you're going to end up in the end zone. But they should be happy with the 3. A good way to get things going here in this game.
That's fielded in the end zone. Twisting away. They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Browns offensively getting ready to take the field again. If you take a step back, Charles, last 2 years for the Browns, 1-31. Worst 2-year stretch in the 98-year history of the NFL. Everybody knows that story. And the playoff drought at 14 years. Where does this franchise turn?
It's one of the great questions because I was on the record last spring that their draft looked about as professional a draft as you could have. 3 first-rounders, all of them became...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Crowell, a 22-yard scamper. And the Browns add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball, too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15. Falcons taking over on offense in just a second. And, you know, this year ended in disappointing fashion now. Last year was the ultimate version of heartbreak. But if you're a Falcon fan, was this one was tough to swallow as well, wasn't it?
It certainly was because, let's be honest about it, losing in the Super Bowl, I don't care how you lose, you were in the Super Bowl. You were playing for it all. This team was supposed to be as good or better. Ultimately ended up 10-6, found their way in the playoffs, but didn't get the deep run as they had the year before. So you're exactly right. For Falcons fans, that's a tough one. But this is a team that's built to be good for a long time.
A gain of 32 that time.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
There are a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
his strength at the defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Kevin Hogan, 64 yards, and the Browns add 6 to their lead. Well, plays like that make the O coordinator look like a genius, but I don't think he saw that play going that well.
No, I don't think so either, but boy, it all worked out perfectly. They caught them in the right defense, guys dropping off into coverage, their eyes averted somewhere else, and guess what? He filled the void with his legs.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles, the backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
On second down, here's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On third down, Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here we go on fourth down with Ryan. Finding Gabriel complete. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up a stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Second down following the run. Now it's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A very solid gain of 27. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. The swing pass caught, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, 25 yards for the touchdown, and the Falcons get a bit closer. And it's 17-7. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
He went all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. Again, it's Crowell. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Now Kaiser. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 68 yards. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll run it again with Crowell. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3rd down now following the run. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. First down carry now for Crowell. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there, 42 yards, and the Browns add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting them the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
So the D-line's going to spread out. On 1st down, Ryan. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
Watch 2. Ready.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. To throw on third down. Ryan going up top. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Again, Ryan. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A very solid gain of 27. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Throwing again. Ryan. His throw incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Ryan will throw again. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones from 13 yards out. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw left side complete. That's Gordon. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line. On 2nd down, Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Come on, let's go.
Again, it's Johnson. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. On the counter, it's Crowell. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll try to throw here. Kaiser. Coleman has it here right side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Kaiser. He finds Coates complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They go back to the ground now with Crowell. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll toss it to Crowell. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
And with the play clock almost up, Hugh Jackson's going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
This is fielded at the goal line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and the people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Browns going up against the Lions.
All right, Larry, first opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Cleveland Browns. On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now it's Jackson, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
But when you go from 2nd to 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. To Crowell, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They'll go with a big back, Crowell. And he's got room. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Crowell, 65 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
On the return, Dwayne Washington. On first down at Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So let's discuss the Detroit Lions as their offense makes their way back out there, Charles. Last 3 years, including a playoff loss in 2016, they're 25-24. They're going to have a new head coach, of course, Jim Caldwell, let go at the end of the year. And it always seems like the Lions are stuck right in that middle ground. 7-9, 8-8, 9-7. Can they make that jump to go higher than that?
One would think so, but I think they're going to need to add some pieces to their team because, as you noted, right in the middle ground, they can throw the heck out of it, but they can't run it on offense. On defense, they got a little bit better against the run, but what about the pass rushers? Because Ziggy Ansah played hurt most of the season, couldn't be his normal explosive self. They've got to get some more help there, some extra people at the second level at linebacker in order to keep up with the high-powered offenses in the NFC North.
Here's Stafford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Christian Kirksey in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. To throw on second down is Stafford. Out to the flat for Reddick. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So completion on second down, that brings up third. Throwing is Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on fourth down. So they will go for it. Stafford. And this is incomplete.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Browns going up against the Ravens.
Larry, we are coming to you from the heart of Baltimore, nestled between Russell Street and I-395. We're at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. On first down, Flacco. And his first pass is incomplete. He was looking for Alex Collins that time. And it's second down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Second and 10. Flacco once more. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Flacco hooking up with Wallace for a Raven first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing here on first down. Flacco. That's complete. It's Collins. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
First carry now for Alex Collins. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it third down. From the gun, Flacco. And that's complete. It's Watson. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. Here's a first down run with Collins. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a second and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Just 1 yard to go here on second down. And again, it's Collins. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Flacco off play action. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
They go again with Collins. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And now for the offense. This is play number 11 here on this drive. Give left side to Collins. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Flacco here on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wallace. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit at the 2-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. To pass, Flacco. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Second down, Flacco now. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and goal. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Flacco will take to the air again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They begin with a run by Crowell. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Here we go.
Here's a give to Crowell. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Third down, Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On the ground, this is Jackson. Got a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Kaiser to throw it this time. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, 40 yards. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. It certainly was a disappointing end of the season for Baltimore as their offense comes back onto the field. But everyone remembers Cincinnati knocking them out of the playoffs on that Andy Dalton to Tyler Boyd play. They finished 9-7. The interesting thing was they had a plus 92 points differential, which was fourth best in the AFC.
So that tells me, and we saw it throughout the season, they were back to playing Baltimore Ravens defense. And that really helped their offense out in a big way. I think they still need help at the skill positions. They've got to upgrade at wide receiver. Alex Collins stepped in and played well at running back, but he needs some help as well. And, of course, Joe Flacco's going to have to continue to get better at his position. They've got to score more points and help out that defense, which played so well in 2017.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Ravens on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Bootleg, Flacco. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. They go pass again with Flacco. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out. Before he knew it, he had hit the sideline. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. That time they were looking for the former Auburn Tiger, Ricardo Lewis. And now it's third down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Here we go.
Final play of the half. Kaiser flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
But we know one thing, Isaiah Crowell can run if given an opportunity. Had the longest run in the NFL in 2016, an 85-yard touchdown sprint, week 2 against Baltimore.
This one not quite as long, didn't end in 6, but still a great game. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. They'll run with Crowell. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Johnson running left. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. The first down screen pass, good for 5. completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On second down, Flacco to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 21. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
On the run, it's Crowell. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a second down throw for Kaiser. This will be caught inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Second and goal. They still need 8 yards to find the end zone. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Here we go. 1-0.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's third and goal.
Here we go now.
He may try and run, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kevin Hogan keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And it's good to make it 14-0. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here. And now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Crowell. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Time running out here on the play clock. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Looking to throw on second down. Hogan. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll need to get the play off quickly. To throw, Kaiser. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Flacco. Over the middle, complete. That's Wallace. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. A give right to Collins. He finds an opening past the 40. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. They look to throw on first and 10 with Flacco. Quick slant. That's caught by the veteran Macklin. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And now a first down following that long gain. Now Flacco. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So 2nd and 10 here. Passing play. Flacco got his man complete over the middle. That's Watson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. A red zone first down for Flacco. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off inside the 10. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The return man, Chris Moore. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Over the middle, complete. It's Wallace. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 29 yards that time. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now it's Flacco. And Watson has it right side. And they do finally get him at the 12. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Second down following the incompletion. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Flacco looks to throw. Drops it underneath for Collins. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And just like that, it's third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really... And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down at the 10. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.
everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Browns going up against the Falcons.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Second down, Freeman. And some space here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Offense readies for a 2nd and 1. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Now 3rd down, less than a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So important that you keep an opening drive going because you want to set the tempo right away. And you and I both know you can't set a tempo if you're punting the football away.
Yeah, maybe early. Don't want to be too over the top, but you're right. Big 3rd down conversion. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Ryan on the screen. This is Coleman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. First down carry now for Crowell. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Now they'll bootleg it with Kaiser. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Johnson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step.
Here we go! Ohio! Ohio! Black round! Black round!
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Crowell. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
They'll run it with Jackson. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Well, before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Freeman again. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver. Open space inside the 10. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down at the 4-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now it's Ryan. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman from 4 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. On the counter, it's Corral. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Second down, Kaiser. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Kaiser now on second down. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Let's go.
On play action, Kaiser. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's caught inside the 20. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And now a first down following that long gain.
Here we go now.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is a do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
And now the first throw for the backup cornerback. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually do it.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his second touchdown of the night. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now a handoff to Crowell. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here we go.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Second down following the run.
Let's go.
Again, it's Crowell. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Defense looking to hold serve one last time here on 3rd and 7.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to go, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And now running right through him. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And, boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a 1st down.
3rd and 2. Now Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
They run from the pistol here with Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The play clock's running down. On second down, Johnson. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 9 yards on the run there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They keep it with Crowell on first. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Here we go.
On second down, here's Crowell. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. That second down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that?